Hey everybody, Sam Kavaris in the Nimnik Sports Update powered by Budweiser. All right, so are you somebody who's sitting there saying, well, they beat a team without a win, so it really doesn't count? What about if you look at it on the other side? I mean, it's easy to pick on the Jaguars for their failings, but I'll tell you what, do this. Go look at the standings in the National Football League. There's a couple of teams that are really good. You know, the Niners are really good, the Packers are really good. Everybody else is like 5-4, 6-3, 4-5. You know, the Jaguars are 3-6. Are they any good? Probably not. Somewhere in the middle, below the middle. They're not the worst team in the league. That's obvious. But they have now finally come up with an identity. Ever since that Ravens game where the defense took over, kind of awakened, the Jaguars are just a defensive team, plain and simple. Let's stop waiting around for Gabbert to become whatever everybody thinks he might become, or MJD to have a giant breakout game, or the offense to have some sort of wild thing, because that's not going to happen. They don't have good enough receivers. They're substandard. They're not NFL quality. They're not good enough to help Gabbert go out and progress at any level. So what are they? They're a team that needs to play good defense, and they've been doing that. They beat the Ravens by scoring 12 points. They could have beaten the Colts by scoring 4 points. So, not that they're going to do that every week, but look at the way the schedule works out. At the Browns this week, the Browns aren't world beaters. They're also 3-6. They have trouble on offense, and the Jaguars' defense will go up there and try to put the clamps on them once again. So, if you look at it as a winnable game, obviously, the next 3 games are at home. I mean, the Jaguars play at home the Sunday after Thanksgiving. They play a Monday night game against San Diego. Then they're home against the Bucs. I mean, this is a stretch where if the Jaguars want to gain some respectability, now I'm not even talking about become a potential playoff team, just gain some respectability. Start winning these games. I don't care if you win them 6-2. You know, I don't care if your ERA, as Cole Pepper said today, is, 2.79. Doesn't matter. You know, a win is a win, and if you're a defensive team, think of what the Ravens did a while back. They won 5 consecutive games without scoring a single touchdown. How do you do that? Great defense, and obviously they're a championship-type ball club. Nonetheless, it'll be interesting to see what the Jaguars have to say this week. Tim Tebow threw 8 passes. That's all they allowed him to throw, 8 passes. He only completed 2, 1 for a touchdown, and the Broncos still won. You can say he's terrible if you want, and then somebody should just go like they do, scoreboard, because he is currently 3-1 as a starter. His former team, the Gators, not so good. 5-5 overall, lost to South Carolina on Saturday. They do play Furman this Saturday, and if they beat Furman, then they probably will beat Furman. Then they'll be bowl eligible because they'll have 6 wins. You're allowed 1 win again against a non-Division I or FBS team. So that's all coming up this week. Full coverage of that right here on the Nimnik Sports Update, powered by Budweiser.